Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video tutorial. We will be going over another board discussing the edge cannon for Chariot exchange variation. This will be board number 24. So again, I would like to express my thanks and gratitude to Master Xiangqi and Grandmaster Zhang Qiang for allowing me to do this video. So without further ado, let us begin. So central cannon, screen horse defense, P7+1, P7+1, 7th pawn advancement. This would mark the start of many variations, and in this variation, red goes for the edge cannon, red goes for the pawn rank chariot, and black responded with the edge cannon for chariot exchange variation. Again, we will be discussing red playing developing the left horse as a purple horse. A prophylactic move, very important, so that this cannon can retreat and protect this cannon later on if need be. And in this board, red will be going with the 5-9 cannons. Now, the 5-9 cannons is the variation of 5-9 cannons variation is one of the most complicated and complicated variations out there in this opening system. It allows for both colors to have many chances in very complicated, extremely complicated situations later on. And with c8 equals to 9, red is prepared to develop the chariot, r9 equals to 8, and also this cannon would later on be able to assist in attack by attacking the pawn, going for an attack on this flank. And how to use these pieces in conjunction would be key to success for red and black. As for black, he would also have many options available to counter red's attack, and any small mistake would have drastic consequences down the road. And since red was prepared to play r9 equals 8, it is usual for black to play r1 equals to 2, hoping to form a blockade in advance. Now in this board, c9 equals to 8 was played. Obviously, black cannot advance the cannon yet, otherwise he would lose the horse. Red is forced to move the chariot, and black advances the horse to the external rib file as he prepares for onslaught on red's right flank. Now this position thus far are considered to be opening Tabia for this very complicated variation. This variation was supposedly started to appear in competition in the 1960s in China, and has gradually evolved into a huge opening line of its own. By the 1980s, because of the emergence of the same direction cannons with different chariot variation, and also the sandwich horse defense, it waned in popularity, but slowly became a favorite again, going to the 90s and 2000s. And by in the 2010, because of the central cannon third pawn advancement, it slowly waned in popularity again. But nevertheless, it is very common to see this opening system or this opening variation in tournaments. With h7+8, things will start getting complicated very quickly. Now, red will play r4+2 to threaten out, sound out black's count. This would also be the position of discussion for this board. Now, the red chariot will now be threatening the cannon, and usually faced with this situation, there are two main lines given a book. One will be c2-1 and the other will be c7+5. So in variation A, c2-1 to try to dislodge the chariot is discussed. Obviously, the cannon cannot capture, otherwise, because this horse will be protecting this chariot for an exchange. So red will retreat the chariot, threatening to capture the pawn. Prophylactic move to protect the pawn, and red immediately applies pressure. Notice that when this flank, attack on this flank's win, red would have chances to attack the other flank. So a-ship +7, countering aggressively, threatening the chariot, is the correct sequence. This would be the correct move. It would be a mistake to play c7 +1 now, because although red will try to adjust his position, red uh, red will now have adjusted his position. The threat of the cannon being captured is no more. Red can take his time to defend, and there's always the possibility of the chariot attacking the cannon again. So red strike chariot would have commanded the pawn rank, and he would have the advantage. So that is why c7 +1 should not be played. Instead, correct sequence would be c8 +7, a-ship +7 before playing c7 +1. So now this cannon would shoulder the responsibility of protecting both horses from both red chariots. And as mentioned before, in the 5-9 cannons, one very important aspect of red would be to be able to use this edge cannon, and this is shown in this variation. Before I forget, retreating the chariot is very important because the horse will be prevented from capturing the central cannon, and red will still maintain a certain amount of pressure on the central file. Now back to the line, c9 +4 is a sharp move that started appearing in the 1990s or in the 1980s, if I can't remember now. It was a bold improvement over the old school methods of playing h7 +6 or p5 +1, etc. These two old variations were not discussed in the book and are extremely complicated on their own. So with r9 c9 +4, black will counter aggressively with r9 r8 +8. Now this is also a very powerful move, preparing black for a powerful tactical combination. One possibility would be to play h7 +9 followed by h9 +7 for the elbow horse attack. Also with h9 +7, black would be prepared to capture material, so the pressure on red's right flank would be tremendous. Now this is a very aggressive move by black. So in the book, c9 +1 was played, whereby red would now threaten to gain material in this manner. And because the black chariot and cannon will pin, this will also apply a lot of pressure on black's right flank. h3 +4, retreating the chariot to protect the cannon also. And also, more importantly, allow for black to try to capture material. So black would simply retreat his chariot one move, not giving this chariot and cannon much space, and trade material. So black would try to command the more important intersections. p5 +1, attacking the central file. h4 -6. So these were the moves that were given in variation A. As can be seen at this point in time, black had already amassed or concentrated all his material on the right flank, and this will apply a lot of pressure on red's left flank. As for red, his pieces are more open, has one extra pawn, and his horses have good lines for development. So in comparison, red would have a slight advantage in this variation A, whereby c2 -1 was played. Now let us go on to variation B. Instead of retreating a cannon, black would simply capture the pawn and immediately start to attack this flank, threatening to capture the elephant, which moves, prevents from capture, and also prevents p7 +1 from happening. So black will be able to form the double pawn rank cannons at this point in time, and red would usually attack with p5 +1. This is one commonly used method to unlink the cannons. After pushing the central pawn, a possible move would be to retreat the cannon, r6 -5, sorry, r4 -5, to threaten to gain material. Also, with the attack on the central pawn, this would give some line for development of the horses. Now, if red chose to move h7 plus 6, hoping to gain material, black would immediately retreat his cannon, dislodge the chariot, and his formation is very versatile, and there will be many things that black can do. So there will be no need to fear h7 plus 6. And after p5 plus 1, black would double down his pressure, now focusing on this left flank. And it will be a standoff for both colors. Now, unfortunately, the variations in the book ended over here. Usually, red will continue with p5 plus 1, h3 plus 4, or even c9 plus 4 to try to for another complicated variation, sacrificing the horse before capturing and capturing the horse again. So again, we can sense that this is a very complicated situation. Now, black in this board, as mentioned earlier, the key point was red's c9, c equals to 9, followed by a possibility of capturing the edge pawn, followed by capturing the edge pawn. Oops, sorry. Followed by capturing the edge pawn later on. So let us do a quick review of the board in the eyes of black, from the eyes of black, sorry. Central cannon, screen house defense, 7th pawn, pawn rank chariot, edge cannon for chariot exchange variation. It's 7th file horse, prophetic defense, and the 5-9 cannons as seen in this variation. R1 equals to 2, R9 equals to 8, and black tries to dislodge the red chariot, forcing me to move away, and h7 plus 9 for powerful counter, preparing to play p7 plus 1 to dislodge the red chariot. R4 plus 2 will be the position of discussion for this board. Variation A, c2 minus 1, variation B, c7 plus 5. c2 minus 1, r4 equals to minus 3, protecting the pawn, attacking the horse. Correct move, c8 plus c7 plus 1 is not advocated. R4 minus 2 to prevent capture and also threaten the horse. c7 plus 1, one cannon protecting 2 horses. And red attacks with c9 plus 4. Rather new move. There's still much room for discussion. r8 plus 8 to block the elephant's eye and also threaten the third rank. c9 plus 1 threatening to gain material, and after trading red's cannon for black's horse. r8 plus 4. We get a very this is still a very complicated situation. It will not be so easy for to decide who has the advantage, but generally speaking, because of the congestion here, red will be slightly better off. Variation B, c7 plus 5, gaining a pawn immediately and threatening the elephant, and then going for the double pawn rank cannons. p5 plus 1, attacking from the center, c7 equals to 3. There was not much discussion after making this move. So this would comparatively be more proactive than variation A for black, and black will be attacking, and thus far it will appear that this variation is rather desirable for black. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video. If you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.